Oops, I messed up. Hello, everybody. I messed up the intro, but welcome to Bull City Hangout. It is 4/11. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham. I do invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side, join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, or promote yourself and or your business. That would be super awesome. And if you could share this out, that would also be awesome so that more people here in Durham can find out what indeed is happening. Okay, let me make sure this thing is running because I did mess up the intro. It looks like it is running. I'm going to switch over to the comments page. And let me also put the link up so you can join me on camera. There you are. There is the link that I just mentioned. Okay, I clicked on the wrong button. That's what happened. Okay, so let's start with the word page. That is the government or nonprofit information page. I do like to point out that there's some really great programs and services that are being offered by local nonprofits, the city of Durham, and also Durham County. Let me tell you about the city board vacancies. Let's see. If you have a special interest in any of these areas, you want to help the community, that would be super awesome. You do have to show an interest in joining one of these committees by putting in an application. And the deadline for this particular run is this coming Thursday, day after tomorrow. And then there's there'll be another one on the 20th, another one on the 27th. So the deadline for the 13th, let me tell you where those vacancies are that you can help fill. The Carolina Theater of Durham Board of Trustees, the Durham Cultural Advisory Board, the Durham Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Commission, and the Workforce Development Board. And I'll tell you about next week. Next week, the 20th, the deadline is the 20th, Thursday, for putting an application to join the Affordable Housing Implementation Committee, the Durham Workers' Rights Commission, or the Human Relations Committee. There you go. Now let's see what's happening with Durham County. Oh, let me first point out that the Durham County libraries are all open until 8, except for Bragtown. Bragtown closes at 6. Then they reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and Bragtown reopens at 10. Okay, let's see. Durham Tech Small Business Center. The next in-person class is going to be Thursday. But let me tell you about the free classes that are online for people who want to be entrepreneurs or who are already entrepreneurs and just could use some more information. Let me scroll to the right place here. Durham Tech, let's see. There we are. Okay, so with today being Tuesday, let's see. Here's a class from 1 until 3 this afternoon. And again, this is totally free. Just click on the link that I provide right there on the word page. And that class is how to price your product or service. Here's another one from 3:30 until 5. Grant writing for small business owners. That's a real skill you've got to master or at least get the basics on. Writing grants is key. And you don't have to be a nonprofit to write a grant. Just have to let you know. Let's see. Here's one from 6 until 8. How to quickly create a Wix website that shines. I do hope that mine shines. It is done on Wix, which is a drag and drop format. It's like you don't need to know any code. You just say I want to add a page. You just click on the plus sign and then page. You can click on images. You can upload images. Click on text and just add text. It's really simple, and I really, really enjoy doing the Durham Skywriter on Wix. So you can learn all about that by going to this free class from 6 until 8 this evening. Okay, and it looks like SCORE is also having a free webinar. So let's scroll down to SCORE. They're back in person. Okay. So SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They have mentors, they have webinars and seminars, which are in person. And in this case, this is going to be a live in-person seminar. This is going to be this evening. It's called Welcome to Entrepreneurship. It's going to be from 6 until 8:30 at the Levin Jewish Community Center, also known, they just changed their name to Jewish for Good. 1937 West Cornwallis Road, and it's free from 6 until 8:30. It's nice to see that they're back in person again. Nice, nice. Okay, let's go to the health page. I do have your COVID updates. So let's go to the health page. Now, for you parents and guardians of very young children, the Pfizer COVID-19 booster vaccines are now available for those who are ages 6 months through 4 years. So they're now finally available for the youngest of us. Go to the Durham County Department of Public Health, 414 East Main Street, and the clinics are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 to 4:30 with a 1-hour break at noon. Don't forget to get your antioxidant scan. It's provided by 𝗕𝗧𝗬 Pharmacy. This is where you find out the level of antioxidants that you have. Antioxidants protect against chronic inflammation that's associated with diabetes, heart disease, etc. So you can get your free scan throughout the month of April. I got mine a couple of days ago. It was very interesting. So just check it out. 𝗕𝗧𝗬 Pharmacy is in the Woodcroft Shopping Center on Hope Valley Road. Okay, what else is on the health page? Oh, NAMI Connection. Let me scroll back up. NAMI Connection. NAMI stands for, by the way, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So they have NAMI Connection Recovery Support Group. It's a free peer-to-peer, peer-led support group for those. You have to be at least age 18 and living with a mental illness. You get to talk about things, talk about your triumphs and your challenges, and get some tips. That is free. It's online from 7:30 until 9 this evening. All right. Also on the health page is the American Red Cross blood drive. So let's scroll down. The American Red Cross is having a blood drive tomorrow at the North Carolina Central University's Law Building, and that is on Nelson and South Alston. It's going to be tomorrow starting at 10. They'll be there until mid-afternoon. I'll remind you about that tomorrow during Bull City Hangout. Help is open today because it is Tuesday after all, and HELP is the Health Equipment Loan Program where you can borrow or donate items of self-help and self-transport like tub transfer benches and wheelchairs, walkers, that sort of thing. They're open on Tuesdays. They're open right now from 10 until 2. They're open again on Fridays from 1 until 5. It's a really great place. They have lots of great equipment. Everything's disinfected, repaired as necessary, and it's run by Amy and her crew. Project Access is a Durham County program, so that's why it's such a well-run and free program. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the health events page. Go all the way back up, and then click on the big blue health events button that takes us to the support group information page. Let's see. The breast and GYN cancers support group meeting will be online, and this is going to be from 5:30 until 7. It's run by Duke. And then they're going to have the younger onset support group is for early onset Alzheimer's, for those who have that and their families. Of course, they can get some tips. And that's going to be this evening online from 7 until 8:30, also run by Duke. Now, tomorrow, the mind-body approaches to coping with cancer, that's going to be online tomorrow from 12:45 until 1:30. That is also run by Duke. So you just click on the links or call the phone numbers and get those Zoom links. Okay, let's go to Senior Scope and see what's shaking at the Durham Center for Senior Life, 406 Rigsby Avenue downtown, behind what used to be McDonald's. Let's see. Oh, there's one thing happening actually, there's a lot happening. It's just that I can't possibly put all of the events and the classes and the workshops that are happening in Durham Center for Senior Life on one page. So I actually have a link for their newsletter. It is called Our Times. So you can actually access it online. Now, tomorrow, they're going to have a hands-only CPR class. So you can very quickly call and then register. So it's going to be tomorrow. It's totally free from 10 until 11 as tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go to the legal page because Legal Aid of North Carolina, they're going to have a free webinar. So let's find that page first and then scroll down. Legal Aid NC, they have these really, really helpful webinars. And there's actually, if you go up and down the legal page, you will see the various ways that Legal Aid of North Carolina helps people, tenants, etc. So let's see, today is what, the 11th? Here's one, Child Custody, Listen and Learn. So now they're calling the webinars Listen and Learns. So it's pretty much the same. They are still answering questions. So it is called the Child Custody, Listen and Learn, starting at 2:30. You can ask questions and get some guidance on child visitation rules and requirements. Okay, and now we're going to go to the let's go to the sports page because golf, I guess golf season is starting up let's see. So if you're a veteran viewer of Bull City Hangout, you'll remember that last year I was talking about the Twilight Golf League. They welcome, it's friendly competition. All skills are welcome. So they're starting up again. So they're going to have Tuesday Twilight Doubles League at the Preserve at Jordan Lake. Technically, it's in Chapel Hill. The entrance, at least, is in Chapel Hill. It's going to be this evening from 5:30 until 8. And then tomorrow they're going to have the Wednesday Twilight League at the Falls Village Golf Club and also at the Hillendale Golf Course, which is the public golf course. And I think with the Hillendale, I think it's they have a wait list. So obviously it's a very popular event and a lot of people are wanting to up their golf game. So just look at these. This is on the sports page of the Durham Skywriter. Okay, and the last page we're going to visit today is the Let's Go page. The calendar of events page, by the way. Scrolling down to 11. Let's see what's happening. Now, you know it's Tuesday, so you know what I'm going to start out with. And that is New Visions of Africa Restaurants grocery giveaway. They do this every Tuesday at 12:30. If you are in need, don't be embarrassed. Stop by and get a bunch of great groceries. If you have a rollaway cart, that would be awesome. They're served by the 5 and the 5K bus. If you're driving, go around and park in the W.D. Hill parking lot. They're next door neighbors right there on Faithful Street. And again, they start at 12:30. Just give your name. I think they're going to ask for your age and phone number, if I'm not mistaken. And then, you get in line and then give them the info. Then you'll get a lot of great groceries. And then they'll be back from 3 until 6 with a meal giveaway. So if you're in need, again, if you're hungry, stop by. They'll hand you something to eat. The Caroline Daily Recital starts at 4:59 in Duke University Chapel. You don't go to the chapel. Instead, you go to Facebook. It's on Facebook Live. I have the link right there. Turn up your speaker and listen to some great bell music. The Carolines, 4:59 until 5:20. Bahama Baptist Church, they're having their plastic bag ministry. You might wonder what the heck is that. So from 5:30 until 6:30, volunteers go to the Bahama Baptist Church in northern Durham County, and they crochet mats out of plastic bags. And they give these mats away to people who are homeless so they don't have to lie directly in the dirt. And sometimes you see them sadly, I'm starting to see homeless people downtown lying in the doorways. So if they have a plastic mat, at least they won't be directly on the ground. The Black and Brown Ballet class is going to be held at the Hayti Heritage Center. This is for people who are beginner to intermediate dancers, at least age 12. This is going to be from 6:30 until 8. There is a $10 fee. The Tuesday Blues Jam starts at 7 at the Blue Note Grill, which is downtown on Washington Street. You can sing the blues, you can play the blues, you can hop on stage and just have a good time. I'm pretty sure dancing is allowed, so this will be starting at 7 o'clock at the Blue Note Grill, the Tuesday Blues Jam. And let's see if there's anything happening tomorrow. I think it's pretty much, let me make sure. Yeah, that's it. Let's check the weather. Let me put my iPad down. It's getting better. Oh, that's my heater. Let me turn it off. Woo! Actually, don't need it. Don't really need it because it's 62 degrees right now. It's sunny. It's going all the way up to 72, so that's a lot better. It'll be sunny all day long. And then tomorrow, it's going all the way up to 78. So I won't need my heater at all tomorrow. And then the next day, 80. In fact, let me check for the rest of the week real quick. Okay, real quick. Guy, our cook, is going, what? He's in Washington State. So, well, we'll have to check the weather in Washington. I know it's getting better. Put in my code, check the, oh, it's 65 now. Okay. It's 65 going up to 72. So tomorrow, 78, Thursday, 80, Friday, 70, but rainy. Saturday, 79, partly sunny. Sunday, 81, yes, but we'll get some rain, but that's okay. Let's see, next week it'll be in the 70s. Now, next week, let's see, where's my calendar? I'm supposed to DJ. Let's see. I think I DJ next week. Let's see. April. I DJ, yes, the mix at the bus station downtown. That's going to be on the 21st. So I will be playing there from 3:30 until 6:30. Can't wait. Hope to see you there. So let's see what's happening with Guy R. Cook. He gave the Pikachu surprise look when I gave the weather. So let's see what's happening in Washington State. Guy, what's happening?
Well, I'm sharing the screen of our weather.
Oh, let me grab that.
We're not going to have 80.
Well, but you will soon.
But notice that the low temperatures in the dark, 37, 34, 37, above freezing.
You know what? We had 37 2 nights ago.
Yeah. So that's getting us closer and closer to gardening time. And that light that's coming from this side, I have my first sprout.
Congratulations.
I just put them in the ground. I set this up Sunday past. And what's today? Tuesday? That might be a record breaker. Or it might be a weed. I don't know. Too early to tell. It's 2 little bitty leaves, the first leaves they get.
Yeah.
There's no way to know. I mean,
you know what? When I was in Chicago, I experimented with planting tomatoes in April. Now, you're not really supposed to, but usually they don't recommend that you plant before, I think first planting day is Memorial Day in Chicago because it's so, So anyway, I planted tomato plants in April, and it was pretty cool out or cold.
Yeah.
I put a tomato cage and then clothespin garbage bags all around.
Oh, you had them outside then?
Yeah, outside.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And then I clothespinned to the metal frame, plastic garbage bags. And I had one on top. And then during the day, if the sun was out, I would open the top so get some sunlight. And by Memorial Day, it was flowering and ready to start growing the tomatoes. So
cool
I was ahead by like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Good experiment. It was a really good experiment.
My uncle, years and years and years ago, when he farmed up in Central Washington, had an apricot orchard.
Apricot. I've never even seen an apricot tree.
They're like peaches, but smaller and yummy.
So are the trees?
Yeah, they're trees.
No, I mean, are the trees
off the tree?
Are they mid-height or are they really tall or what?
Oh, they're taller than me. They're probably 8-9 foot tall.
That's a good height, though.
Anyway, the reason I'm talking about it, when he took his produce to the packing house, they said, "Oh, we have never had apricots yet. You're the first one."
Okay.
So it's kind of like your early bird tomatoes. He had first crop of apricots and made big bucks.
I wonder what
he bought the boys' motorcycles, because farm work, you got to go zooming around.
Okay.
And it was one of those Thanksgiving stories that we told for years.
Wow.
About the first year. And then he never did it again, but that one time.
One time.
Yeah.
I remember reading in a gardening magazine about someone, I'll never forget, it was in Washington State, and they had unusually powerful, beautiful yields of fruits and vegetables because they planted directly into compost. Usually you bury your compost. I think they might have put a light layer of you know what? I remember it was pure compost. I don't think they put a layer of dirt on top at all.
One time.
I would worry about mice though.
Back in the olden days, probably 61 or 1960, something like that. Dad would always take us fishing out in the South. So this one time we caught these weird fish. We called them ratfish. They had great big front teeth like a beaver, kind of weird looking fish.
Okay.
And so he kept them, took them home, and I was seeing him. He was digging this big hole, you know, straight down. Put those, we call them ratfish, put the ratfish in, put a little dirt on top of it, and then he planted dahlias on top of that.
Yeah, I heard they do that in France.
They took off like a rocket. They grew great.
Yeah. I heard they do that in France. They dig a trough and then line their food waste and their compost right there, and then they put dirt on top and they plant over it because as the compost breaks down, it really heats up.
Yeah, I got one gardening project today. As soon as we get done, I'm going to go out and finish planting. I tried transplanting. It's a brown-eyed Susan, big flowering plant.
Ooh, I like those.
Container, and I took it out of the container, put it in the ground, but I needed to do the ground better. I didn't dig the hole deep enough as it should. I just pushed dirt around it and said, "This old man's tired. I'm going to come back tomorrow." I mean, it'll make it for a 12-hour interval.
Well, here, because our soil is so clayey and retains water way too well, a lot of times when you have azaleas and other larger plants, and like my hydrangeas, you plant them half above the soil line, so you don't bury them. You actually put them half sticking out because you're going to have a pool of water around it when it rains. And you want to drown the plant. So
South Carolina is the same way.
I forgot you lived there. Yeah.
The drainage is not good. It's just it's real clay soil. It almost looks like a flower pot clay.
Yeah,
kind of orangey brown color.
Yeah. Oh, we don't get the I remember the clay being red in Alabama when I went to college. Yeah, but
it's not going to drain good.
It seems like our dirt here is pretty much dark brown, black, except sometimes when they're digging to, construction, make to erect a building. Sometimes I notice that in some areas the soil is red, like in Alabama. So I don't know why.
That's
red.
That's the clay that doesn't drain well. Yeah. You need sandy soil. Like here is real sandy. For the better part, we irrigate for about 10 minutes every day.
I can imagine you probably have to add something to the soil to keep the water, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you add?
It's not good.
What do you have to add?
Oh, I don't have to add anything. They've had decades of building this soil up, so I'm in good shape here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they've added to it for a lot of years. But let's talk about Jasper for a second. Can we do that?
The AI?
Yes.
Artificial
Today,
intelligence.
I'm sharing the screen there. This is the post.
Let me click on it.
So I did a podcast episode. You know what a podcast? And it was about how do freelancers promote their business online, yada, yada, yada. And the headline was too long. I looked at it in the podbean.com and said, oh, that doesn't fit, because I just chopped it off in the middle of a word and went ... I said, so we got to come up with some better names, right? So I went to Jasper's tweet machine I said, if you're going to tweet about this, what would you say? And it came out, this is just maybe a third of what it came up with, right? And so then I said, well, those would be good compliment tweets to put in to promote the episode. So I'm putting them into the comments and so forth. So another pat on the head, Jasper, I'm liking it. And if you haven't checked it out, I'd encourage you to do so.
Okay. AI, the way of the future.
Yeah, for sure. The
you know what though? Let me click. Oh, you already deleted it.
Yeah.
Okay. Where it says thinking aloud, I actually would want to change the spelling of aloud. Thinking aloud. Get it? Like it's okay. It's okay to think. We encourage it.
Well, I'm just thinking out. I put thinking aloud because that's actually what I did. As I was thinking out loud. I'm going, how can I? I know how I can shorten a headline. I'll use Jasper. And so I tried it a couple of different templates, and then I went to the tweet machine, and that gave me the shortened, condensed version.
Oh, the tweet machine.
I put it in the bottom.
You need to coin that phrase.
Yeah, I said, what inexpensive ways freelancers are using to promote your freelance business online? That was the wordy headline that I started with that stuff right there.
That's pretty wordy. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So then, in a matter of just, not even a minute, it cranked out a bunch of different sayings and hashtags and so forth. So it's a worth a look. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. I like to see what you come up with. It's nice to see someone enjoying the future and the present.
For the longest time, Podbean would say, "Oh, your headline's okay," and then I would push the button, make it publish, and it would be chopped off. I'm going, well, that's not very okay. I mean, they might love the wording, but the actual character length is too big.
I guess you'd have to count the number of spaces that it accepts.
Well,
name for that.
There's a tool I use for Windows called Notepad++. It might be available for Mac. I don't know. Never looked. But a long time ago, I did some consulting for a 911 call center. And to use their projector, I had to use the head IT guy's laptop. And I saw this icon for Notepad++. And I said, you mean it's Notepad and then every document is a separate tab? You don't overwrite the previous document? You can have like multiple tabs? Yeah, as much as you want. So I can write, I've got months worth of podcast episode notes in that tool because of its, continually, it doesn't chop anything off. It just gravy on the potatoes adds more content.
So, I mean, what do you use it for? Is it editing, to edit, or what?
Remember how we were talking about the length of the headline? How many characters? Well, Google actually measures the headline length in pixels. But to measure it in number of characters, I use Notepad++, paste the headline in there, put my cursor on the last character, and it says, you're in column 56. I'm under 60, I'm winning. And so now if I go to, just a second.
So you mean to tell me it's not by characters, it's by pixels?
By pixels.
Okay.
The headline that I just read to you before. I want to share the screen here.
Okay.
I've shortened it to this.
Okay.
Promote your business online without breaking the bank.
Nice.
And you'll notice that bank, B-A-N-K asterisk. So before, with the other one, I would get into it right about here and then it would go ... The word bank wouldn't even show up because it was too long. So that had to go away. So I'll stop sharing. Thank you for letting me show you that.
Yeah.
So we've talked about Jasper a number of times, and I'll conclude that sermon with, if you haven't kicked the tires, shame, shame.
Well, I'm glad that you're checking it out. I'll probably check it out eventually.
Yeah, the other thing I was thinking is, how can I set up a web camera to show the seedlings over here? So when I say, oh, I've got a sprout that's come up, like this little two-leafer in the
seedling
cucumber,
cam.
it's not even above the top of the plant. I'll show you.
Don't you have an old cell phone that you can use as a second camera?
Oh, I've got a new cell phone. I can do it. But if I point the camera there, all you see is the tops of the cups. You don't see leaves.
See, if you could clip one of your old cell phones.
Oh, I don't have an old one. I have to trade them in.
Oh.
If you trade in your old phone, any condition, you get a new one. I have done that deal for years.
Okay. Okay.
But I could set it up. I've got the tripod and the brother. So it's a matter of just going into Facebook, clicking on that link for StreamYard with the phone, and then there'd be me, and then there'd be that phone set up.
That's what I was going to suggest. Exactly. That would be cute to have a plant cam.
Yeah. Today's adventure with plant growth.
Another leaf has
do that too, You got three all-stars hanging on the rod right behind you.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the weather to warm up more so that I can put them on my front porch. They spend all summer on the front porch hanging.
Oh, okay.
I have curtain rods on my porch, and they hang from the curtain rods.
That'll work.
So yeah, so just waiting for it to warm up.
Well, I'm gonna go get busy and get my knee pad. Darlene got me this great thing at Walmart, I think it was. It's got two side rails like this, and then the surface on the bottom is padded.
Okay.
So when I go out and work in the garden, I want to kneel down. I kneel on that pad, and then those handles help me stand up.
I've seen that. I have my cousin Julia gave me her old gardening chair, and it rolls.
Oh yeah, Garden Buddy. I've got one of those too.
Yeah, and it's really nice. So you can just kind of move around easily.
Yeah,
It doesn't help you stand up though.
It doesn't help you stand up. My problem with the Garden Buddy is I can't sit on it anymore, and I broke the lid. Too big.
Oh well.
Yeah, you know how it's got those little plastic things on one end, and then you can hinge the lid to put stuff inside of it. Yeah, those broken. So I can still put stuff inside of it, but I can't sit on it.
Yeah.
So I take like the little green plastic tape I tie plants up with, my garden trowel stuff. I keep it all in there.
Okay. Well, we'll check your progress, and I know you're going to figure out a way to hook your phone up with a tripod. That should be nice. Looking forward.
I was going to ask you, when you read off those events that are coming up, no, I'm not going to single anybody out, but you're saying, it's in person.
Yeah.
Do they still have it streamed?
It depends on the event. I know that the kids can program it at Duke. They just started letting the kids come in person. And if you don't want to come in person, you can go via Zoom. I don't think it's quite well. I guess it's live stream. It's not like live streaming like StreamYard, but it's an opportunity to do either or. Some of the events are hybrid. They're beginning to be hybrid, where they're live streaming and you can make the decision. Some of them, like the Durham Orange Genealogical Society meeting is hybrid now. And I think the Triangle Orchid meeting is also hybrid.
Now, when you say hybrid, you mean it's either or. You can go virtual or you can be in person.
Yeah, it's both. You can make a decision.
Okay.
I can't remember. There was some, sometimes I go to an event and I give them the idea. I said, why don't you live stream this? And they're like, Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, yeah, even if you're going to be DJ 𝗕𝗧𝗧, you could live stream that with a phone too. Just a
Yeah,
thought.
except I'm playing commercial music, so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
the
would be
copyright thing
welcome.
might be a little bit fringe.
Yeah,
They might
yeah,
not like that.
I get booted out.
Well, you could do a pre-show, like right up before,
That's true.
because that wouldn't be copyrighted. That'd be your own stuff. Just invite people to come down, tell them where you're at.
Actually, what 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 does is that she does a pre-show on Instagram, and I think you can play copyrighted music on Instagram. I'm not sure. But I know she does a pre-show on Instagram telling you to come to YouTube and Facebook for the show.
I've been dealing with trying to get, the Instagram is Facebook now, the same big umbrella. And they're saying, oh, you can schedule posts on Instagram using Facebook Creator. Go into that studio, make your post, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I said, well, that'd be great. So I tried to do it, and it didn't work. And I said, why isn't it working? I thought I dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. Oh, you have to have a public Instagram account. I said,
public?
It is public. How can you say it's not? And so I think it's the hurdle, I think, is that I have two-factor authentication. And that means they send a little code to your phone and you say, yes, it's me.
Yeah.
And then you get into Instagram. And so I think that the Facebook Creator can't do that. And so it's
can you turn that off?
Say again?
Can you turn off the two-step notification?
No, I just go in manually and do it because it's a piece of cake, easy done. I've only got to do like 3 Facebook pages, 2 Instagrams, 2 Twitters, and the Twitters happen automatically. So
okay. Soon, I think Instagram is going to make their code available to StreamYard. So now people can, not now, but soon, people will be able to broadcast. Like I'm broadcasting right now, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I can get rid of Twitter. I'm not going to unless Twitter goes crazy. But you can substitute Instagram for Twitter.
We all know about Twitter going crazy. Oh, boy.
I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, they had a thing about verifying the business on Instagram. I said, oh, that sounds cool. Until I saw the $14.99 a month. I went, nah, that's not so cool.
It's not worth it at all.
That's a little spendy.
Yeah. I can only see it being worth it if you're super famous. Like you want to make sure that you're actually.
Oh, yeah. If you're selling a T-shirt to every visitor, then you could afford it. But I don't have T-shirts.
Yeah. So I'm going to mosey on, Guy, and appreciate you dropping by.
Hey, take care.
Okay, you too. See you soon.
Next time I see you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, that was really fun. You can always drop by as well. I do Bull City Hangout noon on weekdays, 10 a.m. on Saturdays. And for the most part, it's live, and I make the announcements, and I bring on the people after I do the weather. So just consider that if you want to promote your business. I would definitely welcome that. And with that, have a beautiful day. Get outside. Let's see, it's 65 going up to 72. And like I said, tomorrow's going up to 78. In any case, go out and enjoy the day. I'll see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.